Welcome again, students, to another video lecture with Mr. Connect. Now we're moving on in our process of simplifying expressions. So our last lesson we learned about the distributive property, and now we're going to start combining some other skills together here. What we're learning here is how to simplify an algebraic expression, and what we're going to focus on is combining like terms, and we're going to learn what like terms are and how like goes with like. Go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see. Awesome, welcome back. So our essential question is, how do we simplify an algebraic expression? And that's our focus on our lesson, simplifying algebraic expressions. Now, when I show you this next slide, don't start copying down what you see just yet. Let me show you what these terms and coefficients and constants are so you understand what I'm boxing and what I'm circling before you actually copy it down. Okay, so what we're learning about right here are parts of an algebraic expression. So if you have any trouble with these vocabulary words such as terms, coefficients, and constants, please go reference your Chapter 7 vocabulary that's on the Google Classroom right now, okay? So first off, terms. Terms are anything separated by addition and subtraction. So you'll notice this first arrow goes to 4x squared. That's a term, 5 is a term, 3x is a term, negative 2y, 7, 5x, x squared. These are all terms because every one of these things is separated by addition and subtraction. So a term, anything separated by addition or subtraction. Next vocab word here, we got coefficients. So coefficients are the numbers in front of a variable that's doing the multiplication. So in our first term here, 4x squared, the number 4 is the coefficient. Notice I'm not circling the x squared. The coefficient is just the number 4. All right, on the next term that has a coefficient, it would be 3x, and the coefficient is the 3, not the x, just the 3. So what do you think the coefficient will be on negative 2y? Yeah, you're right. It's going to be negative 2. Okay. On 5x, what's the coefficient? Yep, it's the 5. Notice just circling the number. And then what's the coefficient on x squared? It's right here. It's the invisible. Yeah, it's the invisible 1. We got our magical powers to see that invisible 1 is the coefficient right there. So coefficients, numbers that multiply variables. Okay, now constants. Constants have no variables. That's why they're constant. They stay the same. So our first constant in this expression is the negative 5. And I'm going to put boxes around my constants. And then the other constant in this problem is positive 7. It's right here. So these all have multiple vocabulary words for them. Everything in this expression is called a term that is separated by addition or subtraction. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables, and constants are the things without any variables. So go ahead and pause here. Copy down what you see. All right, welcome back. Okay, so the question, do we have any like terms? Now, before I can actually do this, you have to remind yourself, what is a like term? It's not just that they have the same letter, there's also a second part. So go to your Chapter 7 vocabulary and look up what that second part is. Yeah, okay, so it's same variable as well as the same exponent, the small floating number on top of the base. Okay, so our first term is 4x squared. Do we have any like terms with 4x squared? And I'm just going to put a comma after that. So 4x squared. What's like 4x squared in this expression? Yeah, you're right. It's x squared. Okay. Is there anything like the 3x in this expression? Yep, it's the 5x that is like it. So anything with the same variable as well as the same exponent. So these terms are different than each other because the exponent on this x is that invisible 1, and the exponent on this x is the 2. So these are not like each other. X squared is not like 5x. We have some more like terms here. Negative 2y has no friends, but negative 5. So remember, when we're talking about like terms, I'm not asking, do they have the same number? I'm asking, are they like terms? So -5 has no variable. Are there any other numbers in this expression that have no variable? Yeah, it's the 7. Okay, so again, like terms do not mean same number. They mean, do they have the same variable and the same exponent? And you may have just realized that constants are like each other because they all don't have any variables. Okay, so let's move on and see how we're going to do this in a problem. You can pause here and copy down what you see. Okay, welcome back. So now we're learning the process of how to simplify an algebraic expression. And this skill that we're learning here is going to lead into our next chapter, chapter 8, on how we solve equations. So for now, when I do the distributive property, I'm going to write the letter P next to it because those are standing in my mind for parentheses. And whenever I do the combine like term step, I'm going to put an L next to it, just so I know that I'm doing these steps in order. We always do the distributive property first, and then we're going to combine our like terms. This is the process we do this in. So first step, we have to use the distributive property. So the number I'm distributing here is not a 3, it's a, -3. The 6y is not going to get used, so I'm going to bring that straight down right now because we do this from left to right. So 6y is not done. And now I need to distribute with my -3. -3 times x is, yep, -3x. So we're combining our distributive property skill from 7-1 onto our combining like terms skill that we're about to do here. -3 times -2y, well, that makes it a positive 6y because a negative times a negative. And a -3 times a positive 7 is a -21. Okay, so that was our distributive property step. Now our second step is to combine our like terms. Do we have any like terms? Yeah, you're right. 6y and plus 6y. Those are like terms. Not only that, they're the same number. It doesn't always happen that way, but you know. So what is 6y plus 6y? Yep, 12y. Is anything like -3x? I like to cross things out when I use them. Is anything like the -3x? No, so we bring that straight down. And nothing's like the -21, so we bring that straight down. And you may notice I cross them out as I use them to make sure that I've used all of them. So the answer to this problem, this simplified answer, is 12y minus 3x minus 21. And that's how you do it, simplifying expressions. So we're going to have 2 more examples here. I'm going to go through number 1 with you, and then we're going to do number 2 in class. And there is a number 3 as well we're going to do in class. But number 1 here, 5x squared minus 7 plus 4x minus 8 minus 2x plus 3x squared. And I forgot to say, pause here to copy this down. Leave space before you try and copy it down, because I'm going to make you do it again if you don't leave any space. Okay, welcome back. So, step 1, use the distributive property. There are no parentheses in problem 1, so we don't have the distributive property. So we've done that. We're not, we don't have to do that yet. So now, next step would be combine our like terms. And we do have like terms, so we're going to do that step. 5x squared. Is there anything like 5x squared? Yep. 3x squared, they have the same variable and the same exponent. So 5x squared plus 3x squared is 8x squared. Cross those out as I use them. Okay. -7. Is there anything like -7? We have a -8. What does -7 plus -8 get you? -15. Okay, and then we got a 4x and a -2x. What's 4x plus -2x? Yep, plus 2x. And now we've combined all our like terms. Now I am going to teach you one more thing here. Whenever we have a constant, the constant should always be written last. So I'm going to switch the spot of the -15 and 2x. And we always write our higher exponents first. So I'm just going to rearrange our simplified answer. So we actually call this in math standard form. So that's our video lesson today on how to simplify algebraic expressions. please make sure you've copied down question 2 here, as well as question 3 on the next page there. If you have any questions, write them in the question column and ask them in class. It helps. It does. Okay, well, I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you all later.